Hello, everyone, and welcome back down here to the Gamer's Den with me, your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. Now, for today, I just wanted to leave you all with a few final thoughts when it comes to D20 Modern. Not that this is where I'm going to permanently leave discussions and taking a look at different aspects of D20 Modern, but for now, I want to move on to a few other subjects in some upcoming videos and possibly even start covering some other games. I mean, how long have I been promising Shadowrun for? I mean, I really need to do that one at some point. I mean, they're up to 6th edition now, and that's the 5th edition book, if yes, I'm not mistaken there. But as far as final thoughts go, I've done a lot of picking at a couple of different things here, pointing out some flaws, throwing out some things that I think are, I call them fixes, but it's just more like I think these things make the game a bit more fun, feel a bit more alive, and give just a little bit more uh, character to some of these character classes, or at least make them mechanically more beneficial and effective. And it may come off as like I don't like D20 Modern when that's the furthest thing from the truth. I mean, granted, I keep trying to re-emphasize that I love this game so much because of what you can do with it. And that's actually the point I wanted to jump onto here. A train of thoughts kind of just scrambling and running along here. But is that you can do so much with it. I mean, that's one of the big benefit to the 6 base character classes being the way they are, is that they are so blank and really kind of devoid of personality that they will work for so many different settings. I mean, take the Cthulhu RPGs. The with the rule, granted, the rule sets are very vastly different, but you can take those 6 base classes and really have average Joes just kind of come together to solve this strange, out of this world, beyond all reconciliation of science, reasoning, kind of adventures. And, well, not even adventures, just trying to stem back the tide of madness and darkness and keep humanity locked away from any sort of knowledge that might bring about this madness. But that fits so well with this because, with Cthulhu, these are average Joes. These are regular, everyday people. Maybe one's a gangster, maybe one's a cop, a researcher, but these are all very generic people. These are not people with incredible abilities necessarily. So the 6 base character classes, strong hero, fast hero, tough hero, smart hero, dedicated, and charismatic hero, they have different skill sets and certainly different abilities that set them somewhat above their peers, but they're still very much within the realms of being mortal, being human. And just how lethal firearms can be very quickly to these characters, especially at lower levels. I mean, it just all fits really well, and you can put together some horror styled cosmic absolute nothingness and madness together that can really, really help to make the players feel like they're so small and insignificant against everything going around them. Alternatively, you can do what, well, I've been doing for the last month or so and putting together all these different tweaks and adjustments and making the classes, a bit more balanced. I say balanced, and my playtesting has been with my small circle of friends. And, well, that's not exactly extensive enough for me to say that all of these fixes here are true fixes, but I do think they make things a bit more fun. And alternatively, with all the different support books, the splat books that Wizards of the Coast had put out, you can throw the players into apocalypse scenarios, futuristic scenarios, focus more on the cyberscape aspects or the cybernetics of futuristic settings. They even have rules for mecha, for bug hunts, so that you can go aliens on the players, have them hunt down these bugs, have them hunt down these xenomorphs. You can Even with the D20 apocalypse setting, they have multiple things. They have zombie plagues, other viral outbreaks. They have just so many different scenarios and tweaks on settings within certain genres, like apocalypse, like future, like past, and urban arcana, that you can do so very much. But like, if you're like our group used to be, you throw all the books together and things really start to break very, very fast. I mean, you have to mix and match and really carefully weigh and consider what it is exactly you're doing. Certain things within the future book are absolutely wonderful and can help enhance any sort of game. But there are plenty of things in the future book that will horribly break and unbalance any game as well. I mean, just some of the later progress level weapons and armor and cybernetic enhancements, it's staggering. And really, there's no way to balance that against magic very well, or against, well, anything else. There's so many things that can just be so thoroughly destroyed when the players get a hold of a lightning gun, and they'll probably get a hold of a couple of them because they're players. They're going to scheme, connive, and come up with all these dastardly ways of doing things, and just really upset the balance of so many things. And then, of course, you can turn around and throw so many lightning guns back at them and completely annihilate them. But, like I said, take some care and consideration when using the different splat books, these different materials that help to enhance and kind of widen out the D20 modern setting. I mean, like I said, my favorite is just running things in a Shadow Hunters kind of mindset, or using Urban Arcana. But stuff out of the past book is incredibly useful as well. These firearms that would be considered antiques really transition nicely into a more modern setting, and just giving these things, these different characters and items and objects, just the sense of history about them, this legacy that can be built up, is a lot of fun. It just is such a blast. But again, you definitely need to act with some care and consideration. And also, although I haven't covered it yet, down the line, yes, along with advanced classes and even taking a look at prestige classes, probably specifically the advanced classes that are pretty widely regarded as the ones that don't work out so good. We'll take a look at those and see about what we can do to fix them, and kind of compare them with a few of the classes that are generally regarded as being awesome. Shadow Slayer being one of them, and absolutely one of my most favorite advanced classes. But getting off track, we'll take a look at all of those things, and with vehicle movement, just replace it. The D20 Star Wars system that Wizards of the Coast had put out really works a lot better. So much better. In fact, D20 Modern, a lot of the stuff in there, especially for future, you can see kind of the origins of some of the rules and the different tactical movement sets and the character classes and all of that. You can see where a lot of that came from in D20 Modern. It's interesting. It's kind of cool to see how things get transplanted, advance, and evolve. But, again, there's so many different things to look at and consider with this game, but by no means don't let that dissuade you from at least trying it. It's not in print anymore, but there are so many sources where you can find it. You can find the books secondhand. There's digital downloads and the like. This acquire it if you can, borrow it if no other options are available, and try it out, because it can be a lot of fun. And if using these fixes that I've recommended helps you have more fun, then hell, do it. The only way to do any of this wrong is if you're not having fun. If you're not having fun, then do something else, or change it, or whatever seems most expeditious to you and your friends being able to enjoy yourselves around the game table and tell a good story. But with that said, I've been your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. Thank you all so very much for your time, and you have yourselves a good night. Oh goodness, I forgot. If you enjoyed today's video, go on down there and hit the like button for me. And if you've been enjoying content here so far, then hell, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well? Certainly, we'd be happy to have you here as a regular at the Gamers Den. And also, there are going to be a couple of videos popping up over this way. If you've been enjoying things so far, then hell, we got a few more options for you. Click on them, advance along, see if you find something else of interest here. If not, well, hey, that's all right too. But once again, I've been your host, Jordan, and thank you all so very much. And you all have yourselves a good night.